Greetings and salutations, Garcia. This is a how-to video on how to make a works cited page. You'll also notice that there are some of the worst fashion trends in history. I just did that for my own entertainment. You can ignore those. So first of all, what do you have to put in your works cited page? These are all common beliefs about the works cited page. What we need to do is figure out what we actually need to put in there. So, do we need to put in text that you looked at? No. If you only looked at it, and you read it, and you thought it was interesting, you do not need to cite it. So we can get rid of this one too. Text I found interesting. Do you need to have text I quoted in your paper? Do you need to have a works cited entry for that? Yes. If you quoted it, you have to put it in your works cited entry. Do you need to have a works cited entry for text from which you took specific ideas that you used in the text? Yes. Even if you didn't quote, if you used an idea in your paper, then you have to use it, put it in the works cited page. Finally, do you need to have a works cited entry for text for which you have an in-text citation? Yes. Even if you have an in-text citation, you still need to have a works cited entry. And there is another video on in-text citations for you to watch. What order should you put the sources in your works cited page? Well, that's easy. You need to put them in alphabetical order. You're not going to put them in the order in which you cited them in your paper. You're going to put them in alphabetical order, and there's a reason for that. If I'm looking for your sources, I need to be able to find them quickly, and if they're in alphabetical order, then I will be able to find them quickly. So, if we do last name, comma, first name, this would be the first one, and then down at the end would be something like this. And we're going to put in alphabetical order by last name. How do you make a works cited entry? Let's just start with a web source, because that's a typical resource that you're going to be using for your papers. This follows a pattern. The first thing you're always going to put, if you can find it, is the author's last name, comma, the author's first name, and then a period. Then you need to put the title of the article. This is not the title of the web page. It's the title of the article. That's the specific information that you're looking at. But after that, then you need to find the name of the web page. Now, again, this is not the title of the article. You need to actually see what the web page is called, and the web page will have several articles in it, so you may have to look around and see what that web page's name is. You'll also sometimes find an organization or a person in charge of it. If you can, you need to put down that name as well. Sometimes that's a university, sometimes that's the government, but if you can find that information, it's really helpful to have. Next, you need to put the date they posted the information. You cannot always find this, but if you can find the date, then that can help us to know how current this is. You need to put the word web, and finally, the date that you saw the information. That's different than the date it was posted. This is the date that you actually went online and found this article. And that is all you need for your works cited entry for a web source. You do not need the web address. You don't need this whole business, because I should be able to find it from all of these other things. Alright, but what happens if you can't find the author for your web page? Very simple. All you do is go to the next thing down the line. If we're following our formula, I'm just going to copy and paste this here, then if I don't have this, I just take it out. The next thing down the line is the title of the article. You're not going to put the name of the web page or the person or organization in charge, you're just going to go with the title. What about for a book? A book has a similar format. We're going to be using a similar type of structure. First, the author's last name, then the first name, then the title. Only this time, you're not going to put the title in quotation marks. You're going to put the title either italicized or underlined. We're going to do italics right now. Then you need to look inside the book and find the city of publication. It's oftentimes New York or London. Put a colon, put the publisher's name, then the comma, then the date it was published, period. Now, for a print book, this is all you need, but a lot of times you're going to be finding books online. If you do that, then the next thing you're going to put is Google Books, because that's where you found it. You can put the date it was posted, if you can find it, web again, and then the date you saw the book. This just helps us to know that originally the format you saw it in was electronic. And that is all you need to do for a works cited page. This does not take care of your in-text citations. There's another video that you need to watch about that, but this will help you to avoid plagiarism so that you give full credit to all of the sources and so that we can all find the sources that you used. Thanks!